Hi guys, welcome back to Soul Restoration. It's me, your girl Dana, back at it again with another great episode for you guys. Well, this episode kicks off the first of 8 in our self-evolving series, and I'm very excited to share my journey with you guys and then be along the way for you with yours. A lot of you have reached out to me on various social media platforms, Instagram, Snapchat, letting me know how proud you are of me and how happy you are of me, and I wanted to let you know I'm just as proud of you for watching these videos. You know, I'm proud of you for being there for me, but also hopefully being there for yourself. Without any further ado, let's jump right into step 1 of our self-evolving. When it comes to self-actualization, healing, growing, recovery, anything that requires you to be active and present, step 1 is always going to be showing up for yourself. It's going to be admitting that wherever you are in life right now is not where you want to be. It's like you're gonna wake up and realize I don't want to be here anymore, and that's hard. It's gonna actually be harder than the actual journey to get out of there. And the reason why I say it's gonna be harder, or if not just as equally as hard, is because when it comes to admitting that you have wronged yourself, no one wants to admit that. You know, it's taking a mirror, looking in the mirror and say, I messed up. I made some choices. I did some things. I did whatever that brought me here. And that's hard. No one wants to put the blame of whatever it is that's going wrong in their life on them. It's easier to tell yourself that, yeah, you know, where I'm right now sucks, but that's just because this happened. You know, I didn't do this. I didn't have that. We all make excuses. The majority of us make excuses for where we are in life. But the fact of the matter is, you're responsible for you. And that's a tough pill to swallow when you spent your entire life putting it on other people. Step 1 is gonna be looking yourself in the mirror and telling yourself, you know, I brought myself here. I made the choices that brought me here. But there's more. But it's also telling yourself, I also have the power to bring myself out of here. You know, I dug my hole, I made my grave, whatever it is, but I don't have to stay here, right? It's showing up and taking accountability for the things that you have done, and then making a promise to yourself that you're not going to do those things. Yourself, oh yeah, you know, like I did those things. But you also have to tell yourself you're not going to continue doing those things. It's holding yourself accountable, making yourself a promise that I don't want to be here anymore, and I'm going to actively make the change to not be here. I say actively, and I said it harshly because that's going to be the key thing when it comes to our self-evolving. It's being active in your own life. It's taking steps, being present in the moment with even the most simplest of things. You want to be aware of everything, you know? I want to feel the sunshine, and I want to hear the birds chirping. I want to hear the guys behind me that are working on the house over there. I'm going to be aware of all of it. Not that it's all going to be important, but I know I'm aware of what's going on. I am active in my own life, even if it's just a simple little thing. You know, as much as we like to overlook and ignore things, I would say for the most part, people know when there needs to be a shift in their life. You can feel it. You can feel when you are unhappy. You can feel when you're making decisions you normally wouldn't make. You're doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, or it's outside of your comfort zone, outside of who you are as a person. We know these things and we notice these things, but we tend to overlook them. And then, so this is where accountability comes in. And then act surprised when we end up places or end up feeling how we don't want to feel and miserable. We act surprised as if we didn't make the choices that led us there, right? That's a big thing, you know? If you're doing something or you're about to do something and you know it's not sitting right in here, or you can feel it in your gut, or your mind's something will tell you that this is not right and this is not where you want to be. Listen, like 125% listen to it, because that's your inner voice. That's the true you trying to come through. Like, you know, some things you make and some decisions you make and you can't come back from it. And your conscious, whatever word you want to attach to what it is, you'll know. So that moment for me was when so like I said, after the car accident and I was finished physically healing and I was working through my grieving and getting through it, there was a point like 2 weeks where I was just sad, and I'm crying myself to sleep every night. I am waking up sad. I am going through my days, and it's just everything just felt like boring. Not even boring. I was just doing things, going through the motions of it, and I'm crying all the time. I'm talking like I'm driving to work crying, I'm in the car crying, I'm in the bathroom at my job like get it together crying, just awful, right? And one night I'm at home, I'm in my room, and I'm just like, why am I feeling like this again? Like, I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to feel like this. And then something in my head was just like, well, don't. I was like, what? Don't? Yeah, don't. Don't. Make the choice. Don't. I fell asleep because I thought I was losing it. I fell asleep, and then I woke up, and it was the same thing. Like, I felt sad, but I also could still hear that voice that's like, don't. Like, do something else. Try to do something else today. Don't stay home. Don't stay home today. Like, do something else. Decided to go to the beach. Went to the beach by myself, and I just sat there. And I watched the water. And it felt good. It felt good to not feel what I was feeling before. And it felt good. And after that, I kind of just had my mind made up with sad. I had my mind made up. I had enough of it. It did not belong here anymore. Sad did not belong here anymore. Hurt did not belong here. Being broken did not belong here. I made the active choice to just not be it. Now, it's not always that simple, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I just said, I'm not going to be sad anymore, and I was never sad. But when I did catch myself feeling that way and doing something, I analyzed it. Was there, like, what's going on? Kind of worked my way around it, and I made it. So now I'm having way less sad days than I was when this was happening, and it's a process. I know I wasn't going to wake up the next day and just be over everything that I had been through, and I want to point that out. I wanted to make that a very good point. What you're going through, what you're dealing with, whatever you're trying to evolve from the version of you that you are now is valid. What you've been through is valid. It's carried weight. The emotions that you're feeling towards it, being upset, being angry towards it, being sad, feeling, it's all valid. And I'm not telling you to not feel that way. But if you don't want to feel that way, I'm telling you to do something about it. I'm telling you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, this isn't where I want to be. This isn't how I want to feel. And I have all the tools I need. Or if I don't, I'm going to find them to not feel this way. I know that was a lot of information, and I'm just going to go over it again really quickly for you guys before we wrap it up. So step 1 in our self-evolving series is accountability and showing up for yourself. You can't make the change. You can't make a change if you don't know there's a change that needs to be made. And so I just wanted to point out that you're not going to wake up tomorrow after watching this and realize that you have to hold yourself accountable for everything that you've ever done in your entire life. No, it's not going to happen. Sorry, didn't happen for me. But hey, if I'm wrong and it happens to someone, y'all should definitely let me know. Let me know so I can take this back, and I will say that I was wrong. But it's a process. It's a phase. Accountability is more of a phase than it is a step. It's something that you're gonna do and have to continually do throughout all the other steps. You have to hold yourself accountable for the decisions you've made, making new decisions, and being aware of it. So the reason why I really wanted to talk about just being active in your life is because you have to start happening to the world and stop letting the world happen to you. When you see yourself, the more aware you are and active you are in your own mind and the things going on around you, the more you can catch yourself before you do something, say something, before you end up somewhere that you know you don't want to be. Once you can catch yourself before it happens, you'll stop doing it. And then you won't even be there. It'll just become, you have to remake the habits. And to remake your habits, you have to hold yourself accountable for the habits that you already have. So tune in next week for step 2 in our self-evolving series. But until then, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Looking forward to hearing from you guys, as always.